This is the weird part of the stream where nobody's here, but I want to have something in the first 5 seconds, so when people click to watch it, then they will know. Yeah. Want to have something in the first 5
What's
seconds,
up, guys?
So when people click.
How's it going? I know nobody's here yet. I'm gonna change my thummies real quick.
I'm gonna upload my dummy now. My dummy now.
We're here to do some really important shice. And by that, I mean talk about San Diego Comic-Con news. I don't even care if anybody shows up to the stream. I just genuinely want to talk about it so bad. So bad. So bye-bye. Comic Con 20. And then I'll do hashtag just chatting. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Yeehaw. How's everybody been this week? I'm just gonna hold until we have our new bonus yours to get started. Beep beep pop pop pee pee poo poo. Bye bye. Bye bye. Yeehaw. Let me see. Now everything's updated. Cancel. I don't want to discard changes. No. There we go. Yeehaw. Hashtag Geek Women. Hashtag podcast. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. Bye bye. There we are. Change is saved. Channel comment. I'm gonna go to my YouTube. What's happening on YouTube? What's happening on YouTube? YouTube. Thanks to the one person watching. Oh, hey, Term! Thank you for my birthday wishes. I appreciate that. How are you doing, buddy? Thank you for my birthday wishes. I appreciate that. How are you doing, buddy? So what's good? Tell me what's new. Bye bye. What's good? What's new, my friend? Are we doing anything fun and exciting? Doing pretty good. There's also some echo. Yeah, I had to silence my myself for my desktop audio because I'm a silly. I don't know why it's not letting me change the title of this video. Really doesn't want me to do that at all. There we go. Great, it says changes saved. So let's see if it saved those changes. Let's see if it changed those, saved those changes. I've been sharing the new DVD 2v8 mode. 2v8 mode? This is me live watching, realizing there's a 2v8 mode. Is it 2 killers versus 8 survivors? That's the only thing that makes sense. It would not make sense to have 8 killers versus 2 survivors. Okay, I have no idea what that means. 2600 in Splatoon. Congrats. I do have no idea what that means, but that doesn't mean I'm not excited for you. Damn, literally there's nothing on here that's like, just really does not want me to save this new title of this video. It's really not. It's until 8/8. Oh, I have to play that. Maybe that's what I should do right now. Or maybe I should come back and stream later and do that. That sounds really fun and exciting and thrilling. But even if nobody else is here, Term, I'm going to tell you. It's not letting me do that. It really just doesn't want to save my changes at all. It's really will not let me update this title of this video for my life. Maybe it's because there's like too many characters. There we go. Let me save it. Bye. See, and it says changes saved. Oh, maybe it actually did it that time. There we go. It finally took. Well, here we go. Let's do it. I'm sorry if you're on Twitch and you're here yet. Let me see if I can change this baddie. It really never wants me to do it. Video producer settings. Yeah, it just hates me on Twitch real bad. Bye. Eat it up. Yeah. Okay, let's get to this shit. Term, I'm just gonna talk to you because you're the only one here right now. Have you seen any of the news from San Diego Comic-Con? Because it's like hella important, hella crazy. I'm gonna pull up. I have a document of everything I wanted to talk about. Because it's actually freaking wild right now. Not at all? Okay, well, let me update you. Wait, Term, what's your investment in Marvel? I guess that's my big question that I don't know anything about. I would assume you like some Marvel stuff. Right? Maybe? Question mark? Who knows? I'm assuming you like some Marvel stuff. Because the biggest... Are you okay with spoilers, by the way? I mean, I'm assuming you are. You're in this video. You're ready. Okay, so the biggest thing... I don't know. Okay, great. The actual... So, the biggest shit that's happening right now... I just watch Marvel movies, so I never read comics. Okay, that's fair. I'm not up to date with comics. I'm really not up to date with comics. Okay, so let me just talk about it. First of all, Deadpool and Wolverine yesterday, or it was a couple days ago or yesterday, they straight up, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are like doing a panel in one of the halls at San Diego Comic-Con. And they're like, yeah, are you guys so excited to see this movie come out? And then they just streamed Deadpool and Wolverine for the whole crowd, which is like honestly adorable and super cute and sweet. And I just love that for them. Oh my god, I realized I wasn't stretched full to screen.
So much better. But they just like streamed it. I'm sorry, I'm gonna watch that movie, so I pause for no spoilers. Oh, there's no spoilers. I haven't seen it yet. Give me 1 second. Not talking spoilers for Deadpool. I promise. I assumed you already did. No. I'm seeing it this afternoon. Isn't that crazy? I just didn't get to it this weekend, but I'm seeing it this afternoon in about an hour. I'm so excited. I'm literally so excited. Deadpool is like basically my favorite. So I can't wait. I literally can't wait for that to come on. So no, the only it's not a spoiler for the movie. It's a spoiler for the audience at Comic-Con because they just played the movie for the people at Comic-Con straight up. They're like, "You guys want to see it?" And then they just played it. Which is like actually kind of adorable. Yeah, like they literally just screened it, which is adorable and exciting and fun. Because really all the people who were at San Diego Comic-Con, I guess, wouldn't have really had a chance to watch it yet. Which is actually nuts because that's kind of the place that I think you'd have the most spoilers like of all time. So kind of wacky, goofy, crazy silliness. Yeah, which is crazy. Okay, big news. They have a leaked like concept trailer, or not leaked. It's not leaked. It's not leaked if they show it officially at Comic-Con. Concept trailer for Fantastic Four, and they dropped the title, and the title is actually called First Steps. Yeah, First Steps. So it's officially set in the 60s, seeing them all going up into space. I definitely didn't watch a leaked version of this. I'm definitely waiting until they post it themselves. For sure, guys. Like, no comment. Duh, obviously. But the Hollywood Reporter, it talks about. So actually, we get our first look of everybody in costume there, which is actually kind of cool, but it's okay. Like, that's not the most exciting part of it to me. It does seem like it's going to be like a science fiction-y, like a really true classic, like 1930s take set in the 60s of like a sci-fi film. If you can't picture that, like Don't Worry Darling mixed with Edward Scissorhands mixed with, I'm trying to think, Apollo 11 and a half or something like that. I don't know. It's really interesting. They seem kind of close. And so here's a quote from them talking about it. And it says, we are all collectively going to bring an essence that is a family. Rather than thinking about individually what we are going to bring, it is a team sport. We are going to work very hard to bring a feeling of family to this film. Which is crazy that they like talk about it so like specifically, because I feel like that's not something that's specific to this. I feel like that just happens in a lot of Marvel movies. Like, I don't think about it as like they're actively trying to cultivate like that. That to me is not a huge thing, but I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. This is really cool. So David Harbour actually straight up showed up in costume to talk about Thunderbolts. Which is really cool because they didn't really talk too much about like the actual details of the movie. He just got excited and started yelling in character, which is really cool. And so they have some footage, right? A little bit of footage that show that Julia Louis-Dreyfus is the person who's like bringing them all together, making it all happen, stuff like that. But they put at the Thunderbolts, like, there's an asterisk at the end of it, and Feige said by the end of the movie it would be very obvious as to why. So there's apparently, like, there's something happening with Thunderbolts there that I don't quite understand. Okay, so we also got a little bit of news about Captain America Brave New World. Specifically that it looks like the Celestials from Eternals are like being made of adamantium. Super desired by the way, if you don't know. And Lou would probably know more about the history of adamantium and like its use in the comics and stuff like that. But that just kind of fuels to the fire of like bringing Eternals in, and like why are they desired, why are they important, why are they interesting, which I think is really cool. We also saw like they showed a clip, I didn't see it yet, but there's a clip that apparently the transformation, Harrison Ford's transformation, Thaddeus turning into Red Hulk, is at like like at a podium at like a presidential rally or something like that. Which is really interesting. I think it's a really interesting year to put that kind of stuff in there, especially after. I was gonna spoil something on accident. Term, do you watch The Boys? Anyways, especially after, and this is not really a spoiler because it's just kind of public news, there were some like very political themes in The Boys finale, and they actually changed the title of the last episode of The Boys finale, and they're like, any similarities to things happening concurrently is completely coincidental, and like we filmed this 2 years ago, but it was really interesting. I don't know how much you like gore or anything, Term, but I really love The Boys. It started out as a parody of everything, of like the superhero genre and the commercialism of comic books, like stuff like that, but it has turned into like, it's evolved into its own thing and kind of an even larger version of that, but a world that at this point kind of interests me more than other stuff sometimes, which is fun, thrilling, and exciting. But yeah, so it's just interesting because the like clip showed him, and him, I mean Thaddeus boy. He's like, this is politics, and then he transforms into Red Hulk, which is just, anyways, if you don't watch The Boys, there's some interesting play about what happens when political figures are super abled and have superhuman abilities, and what that looks like. Is that corrupt? Like, what is it ethically to have superhumans serving like the political landscape of a country, when the majority of the people do not represent that? And is there some kind of like a power imbalance because there's a lot more strength in one? Anyways, seems like this might touch into that. This movie seems very, very political to me. Captain America Brave New World may or may not be a video of Louie and I talking about that coming out soon, which is really fun, doing a trailer reaction to that. So there's that to look forward to. But it's interesting because I feel like Captain America, the first Avenger, is a very political movie. It is really interesting. That's kind of what I like a lot about The Boys, is it talks about like the deep questions of, if superheroes were real, what are the actual questions we would have to ask? And especially this newest season talks a lot about the ethics of having superheroes running what feels like a monopoly on the country, and if these people have this much power, how could they not hold power over humans? And like, how could it not be like that? Because there's just straight up such a huge power imbalance. So there's like definitely a weird dynamic between anything any human wants versus anything a soup wants. They could kill anybody pretty much instantly. So that sends a really interesting dynamic to that. But I don't want to get too deep into The Boys, although The Boys did have a pretty big announcement. We'll get back to Marvel here in a minute, I promise. Boys did have a pretty big announcement at San Diego Comic-Con. They did a full panel that I plan on watching in full with like pretty much everybody in the cast except for Carl Urban, who is Billy Butcher. And if you haven't seen that, maybe you've seen the TikToks of him being like, "Oi, oi, Yui, Homelander done killed me wife and nicked me bloody son." Which is just like a fun parody meme going around to The Boys. I don't know if that's actually popular on TikTok or if it's just my feed. But they did a full panel. And what was really interesting this announced is Jensen Ackles, who plays Soldier Boy which is like probably the most direct comparison to Captain America as far as superhuman abilities and history. Super. What am I saying? So Soldier Boy was like frozen and lived a very long time. Blah blah blah. Stuff like that. And I won't speak to any more about that character, but there's apparently going to be a prequel series entitled Vought Rising, following like Stan Edgar's rise and like what brought Vought to power, essentially. I hope they can get Giancarlo Esposito in it. This channel has been anything but silent about love for that actor because literally everything he does brings so much joy. And I literally think he's so perfect. Every role he's ever played, I'm like, holy shit, you're so interesting to watch. I love you so much. Speaking of, this is such a great segue. It wasn't even planned. Giancarlo Esposito, there's been a lot of speculation about who he's playing in Captain America Brave New World, but he's going to be playing Seth Volker, the King of the Serpent Society, or Sidewinder. Now, I don't know a lot about Sidewinder, because I haven't read a lot of the comics that feature him. Again, Louis is our comic guy, Louis is our manga guy. I'm everything visual art, like media and screen related in terms of art consumption. Although I will say I did spend like $35 at the comic store yesterday, because I make poor financial decisions, and that's okay. I can't wait to tell Louis all about that. But that's going to be really interesting, especially like in terms of, okay, we're bringing these characters into a current political scene. What happens when we talk about all these like conspiracy theories? Shout out to my boy David Ramos, who believes in a lot of conspiracy theories, right? Probably not this one, I'm not sure, but of like reptile people controlling the government, right? Where does he fit into all of this? Everything I see about Captain America Brave New World makes me more excited about it, and that was only kind of fueled by all the news here. So that was really fun and exciting to me. Yeah, so there was nothing like else super crazy, except Harrison Ford was like kind of whack in interviews for this. He seemed like he had a Biden-y glaze over his eyes. Do you know what I'm saying? It was, I don't know, it's weird because I feel like since he was so Star Wars for so long and he just hates Star Wars and he didn't want to do any press for Star Wars, I feel like I haven't watched him do a lot of press. Like the movies that he's done in the past few years when he did the new fucking Indiana Jones, which was one of Louis and I's first like big reviews before we transitioned into Geek Gourmet and stuff like that. We hated that movie. Louis and I both hated that movie, actually, desperately. But even with that movie, I don't really remember what him doing press was like. So seeing him do press for this movie, and they were like, so, like, what can we expect? And, like, what are you excited about for Captain America Brave New World? And he's just like, it'll be interesting. And I'm like, dude, are you okay? Like, he's kind of senile right now. Maybe he was just high or drunk. So maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. But it was just kind of bizarre and weird, for sure. Yeah, so I guess that's all I have to say about Captain America Brave New World right now. Unless you wanted me to share you the video of Red Hulk. Or of Red Guardian, David Harbour. The Biden-y look is a totally like an easy to visualize description. I feel bad, like I'm not trying to like shit on him, but he has the like I don't know what's going on with that guy, but obviously he's got some shit going on. But like the way his like eyes just like he looks like he's in a different, like mentally he looks like he's in a different world. Like I want to see a movie about like Biden's multiverse and like where he goes when he's in his head. He looks like Raven from That's So Raven getting a vision, which is classy. Anyways, Fantastic Four, they're like still doing shoot stuff, obviously. But damn, I can't believe that's opening on my birthday next year too. So we will see. We will see. Secret Wars got an official like month time. It's gonna be May 2027. But even after the speech on the Trump assassination attempt, he did like a zombie rock too. It's really sad. I know. I honestly feel so bad for him. Like, in terms of like, you know, not like politically affiliated with, you know, anybody really strongly right now. Like in terms of Biden versus Trump, whatever, right? But it's really sad to see somebody like definitely declining. Like, he's really clearly unwell. Like, there's something, and I know there was a thing about him like being like, oh well, you know, if there was something my doctor said was wrong with me, I'd step down. And then he stepped down. I'm like, oh my God, like, are you okay? It's also just hard to see somebody, like, it's just like seeing a grandparent, because, you know, he's been in the public eye for so long. It's just kind of hard to see him, like, you know, lose function or at least mental capacity. And I know he says he's fine, but it's like, come on, dude, it's really sad. It's just sad, but yeah, it is sad. But you know what's not sad? Probably some of the craziest reveals, okay? So, oh my God, I forget his name, but it's announced that for Secret Wars and for the next Avengers movie, Avenger Doomsday, we got that title reveal, by the way. We're gonna have the same screenwriter as Endgame and Infinity War. I hate to say it, but we're so back, because not only we get that, but we found out that the Russo brothers are coming back to direct both films. And if you don't know, the Russo brothers are who directed Endgame and Infinity War. Like, holy shit, we're so back. Like, we're so back. It's crazy how back we are. And then, you know, this is going to blow your mind, okay? If you don't know this is literally going to blow your mind. Okay, so they're on stage talking about these two films. And just for, like, context, Secret Wars is supposed to be, like, the culmination of the next phase. So that comes out in 2027. The next movie, the untitled movie that is now titled Doomsday, is coming out in 2026. They're standing there, they're talking about it, and they say there's only one villain who could shepherd us into this next era. And then out walks like 40 men or women or whoever's under in Dr. Doom costume. And I'm like, oh shit, that's actually so exciting. Because, man, it's been a hot minute since we've seen Dr. Doom. Actually portrayed well with a semblance of accuracy. And they say there's only one person who could bring us into this era. And out walks somebody in, like, everybody's in these, like, dulled sage green outfits. And then out walks somebody in this, like, more emerald green, Dr. Doom, like, Disney-bound-ish costume. Stands there, mask, pulls it off to reveal nobody else other than Robert Downey Jr. What the actual fuck? This is probably, and by probably, this is probably undebatably the biggest piece of news from San Diego Comic-Con this weekend. It's crazy to get they get the screenwriters back. It's crazy to get the Russo brothers back. The fuck they bring Robert Downey Jr. back? I think they saw the last year and a half of Marvel being really not quite successful, and they said, not anymore. We can't do this. We absolutely can't do this. Kevin Feige was like glowing, brimming. So he just stands there, by the way. He takes out the mask and he just stands there, arms out, like Jesus, like. He's standing there. And then he says, new mask, same task. I don't know if he's talking about the same task of, like, saving Marvel, repping Marvel, or, like, some... Yeah, no, he fucking carries Marvel. Like, there's no emotional comparison to his death in Endgame in any superhero movie, probably ever. I mean, every single time I watch that movie, I cry. Every single time. I've seen it, like, at least 10 times, like, in full length. Every single time. It's crushing. But it's because they built, like, we've been sitting with his character since, 2008 is when the first Iron Man came out? It literally took, like, what year did that Endgame come out? 2019? It took over 10 years, right? Over 10 years sitting with this character in movies, right? To get that emotional weight. So obviously, it's a hella smart move to bring him back now as a villain. If you're just joining us right now, we're talking about Robert Downey Jr. being officially announced as Doctor Doom for Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. It's actually insane. So the question that I've seen a lot of people asking online is, is this going to be a Tony Stark variant? Or is this just Robert Downey Jr. playing a different character and they're either going to, alter his look a lot, or we're going to ignore the fact that they look alike and suspend our disbelief in that way? Or is it a variant? Or, somebody, either a time variant or literally just a different version in the multiverse of Tony Stark who has evolved into this. Yeah, I do think it would be interesting if it's a weird alter ego. Oh, hey, Finn. Oh, I'm so glad you're here for attendance. I am always happy to get those watch hours. But you go get ready for woke. You get ready for woke, Finn. This video will be here if you want any news. I'll probably also post a TikTok of a quick recap later, so we'll see. Hi, bye, Finn. But yeah, so it's like really interesting because there's also the component of, okay, so these people who knew and loved Tony Stark, are any of them going to be here for this? It's your move. I know you're talking about chess, which is crazy. But if it is, right, like seeing his face as a villain from all these people who loved him before, that's kind of crazy. And by kind of crazy, I mean that is crazy. Like actually crazy. Like emotionally from a character standpoint, that's crazy. Actually crazy. Crazy sad, crazy exciting. So, like, how do you even do that? That doesn't even... Anyways, like, emotionally, that's nuts. Actually freaking nuts and a half. But yeah, so... I don't know. We'll see. At first, when I saw this news, I was not excited. But then after like 2 minutes, I was thrilled. Because it literally feels, not to make a political comparison, but I feel like on both parties, political parties, major in the United States right now, there's a sense of renewed hope because each party feels like they've brought in new candidates. For the conservatives, J.D. Vance, for the left side, Kamala Harris. It feels like there's like a renewed sense of excitement and hope. That's what I feel about Marvel. I don't feel dog shit about the American political landscape right now, but I finally feel renewed hope for Marvel movies. And maybe, just maybe, that's enough. So we'll see. But this is the craziest thing to me, I feel like. Now, I did see this really interesting TikTok talking about how, like, there's a bunch of Doctor Doom fans who are super upset about this because they're like, for years we've waited for accurate representation of this character, for somebody to finally do him and his story justice, like stuff like that. And now for him to be brought in as essentially just a replacement to Kang feels like they're not doing him justice, which I think is super sad. And I understand where they're coming from. I do feel a sense of like kind of mourning the loss of Kang and Jonathan Majors, because he's like a obviously like piece of shit. Geek Gourmet does not approve or condone violence against women or anybody ever. And I definitely don't want to support movies and films with, like, literally indicted abusers in them. Not a hot take, just how we feel. Peace and love everywhere all the time. But it also sucks because I feel like Quantumania was absolutely carried by his performance. And I left that movie actually excited because I'm like, dude, you're such a good villain. Like, you're such a compelling villain. Now, it turns out, I think it's because he's an actual real-life villain, so he didn't have to pull too hard from the acting cards in that one. But I was I was kind of sad. I was kind of mourning, like, I thought he was a really awesome actor. I thought he was going to be awesome and carry Marvel. But, you know, so I definitely, the best ones are the real ones. No, really. Because, like, yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. So it was super, like, sad. I get that. Also, thanks if you're hanging out on Twitch for sitting through our ad break. Oh, you can't hear it because you're in an ad break. But yeah, so I was super sad about that. And I can understand why people who have literally just been waiting for Doctor Doom, like, who have just been waiting for that, to feel disappointed that he is thrown in as a replacement. I understand that. However, if there is an era of Marvel or a leadership team at Marvel that is going to handle this gracefully and with respect, it will be Kevin Feige, it will be Robert Downey Jr., who have, like, a massive respect for comic book history, comic book lore, and the characters that they're bringing into this world. I have no doubt that they're going to handle this with the utmost respect, in a way that makes sense for this universe, and in a way that, like, they literally, like, fucking Secret Wars, they like, started from, like, ground zero there. Screenwriter that they know and love brought in, directors they know and love brought in. We're getting the top creative decisions and team right now. Like, I genuinely, like, everything that was good before, it is these same people bringing that back for us. So I don't know. I get it. But also, my actual favorite thing to come out of this piece of news is this a comment on this TikTok, like, after he takes off the mask, and it just said, the comment just said, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And I actually laughed out loud when I saw that. So this also is really interesting because you can look at old, like, comments and shit of Robert Downey Jr. being like, yeah, of course I'd come back and do more Marvel stuff, blah, 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 blah. And I just wonder how long they've been working on this plan for. How long were they in negotiations for? You know, I don't really know how long that stuff takes, but, like, did they have a backup plan? Surely they knew about, like, Jonathan Majors. Like, there were suspicions or there were allegations. I'm sure they knew about some of that stuff because they continued to release the movie after that news broke. But when did they start this contingency plan? Like, what? Like, how have they finished the screenplay? Are they just starting to rewrite it? Like, where are they in this process? I'm just super curious. Because Doomsday comes out really soon. I say really soon. 2.5 years in terms of movies feels really soon because we have this, like, spring movie season next year and then it's out. And it has to be done by essentially next fall for that to happen, to go into post-production, because Marvel is, like, all post-production work, essentially, in terms of VFX, in terms of creative planning, whatever. So I think that's actually crazy and insane. I'll be really, really excited when we get some of our first leaks from seeing photos, any clips from that. Maybe at next year's Comic-Con we will get a clip of Doomsday, or we'll at least have some kind of a photo of him in costume in Doomsday, High Andrew in the background. So that'll be really, really cool. But, yeah. So, anyways, bye-bye, Kang Dynasty. I will miss the fact that you existed. And actually, you never got a chance to exist, so I guess you never really died. I was going to make a really morbid joke, and then I'm not. I'm not going to make an abortion joke on stream. I'm not. So, other shit that was announced. Oh my god, Zora, what is up, girl? You guys hear her in the background? I mean, that was obviously me.
Yeah, I know you fed her this morning, right?
Andrew, do you want to come sit here for a minute? Come here, come sit. And when I come back, I will talk about the Penguin trailer. We'll probably just watch it together. Come here. Can you come sit here for a second? Or do you want to be together?
Sure, yeah, I can be together.
Okay, thank you. Ignore that when I took my headset off, my hair looked like ass water. Yeah, no, I'm a piece of shit. I forgot to feed my cat. I can't believe I forgot to feed my cat. I feel horrible. Anyways. Let's look at the Penguin trailer. Let me just pull it up on here because we can just watch it together.
Hi, I'm Colin Farr.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm pulling it up right now for stream. Ah. Da, 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 da. There we go. Dang, okay, 1 second. I'm just gonna make me small. Ha ha ha. I'm just gonna make me small and make this big. I'm back. Okay, there we go. You ready? We're gonna watch this now. This is the Penguin trailer that they released.
I'll check out the trailer for my new series, The Penguin.
Trust me, it's just the beginning. Come on. You gotta help me out.
Life is just a dream.
You promised me, Oswald.
I know.
I deserve a better life.
I'm working
Oh, give me a second. I gotta turn on subbies. There we are.
on it. The world ain't set up for the honest man to succeed. That should be the
Bro, his walk. His walk. Okay, that's pretty iconic.
American dream right there. You know, beautiful story with a happy ending. But that ain't the way the world works. America's a hustle. Not that I'm complaining.
A limited series.
You waltzing in here like you mean something.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about it being a limited series in like 1 second. I'll let us finish the trailer though.
We're in the middle of a gang war.
Carmine Falcone's dead.
If we don't protect what's ours, we just look weak. The streets are talking again. They know there's only one man big enough to run this city.
Do you remember Carmine's daughter? Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh wait, guys, that's the mother from How I Met Your Mother. What's her name? Kristen Milotti? Holy shit.
I thought you was still at,
Arkham? No. I've been rehabilitated.
Bruh. Oh, the director of the Batman.
You're playing a dangerous game with his family, Aunt. You think I want Sophia Falcone knocking on my door?
She is the hangman.
What is it you really
Was that
after,
Joel
huh?
from Maisel? This Marvel's
Tear
Miss Maisel?
down the empire from the inside out.
Whoever controls the drug business controls the streets. I'll be running the whole damn trade.
I got ambition. I can help you.
Hey! Feel alive, Vic, huh? Feel your heart beating?
This city is meant to be yours, sweetheart. What are you gonna do to get it?
So glad Colin Farrell's here.
It's just the beginning.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy because it looks nothing like him at all. Yeah. It's fucking crazy. I can't even deal with that. Okay, so thoughts. I don't know if you guys watched the video I made about limited series and mini series. I think this is actually a super great thing in terms of like this story. What do you say, Term? You said you're excited for the new Joker movie, even though off topic now. Well, if you're excited for the Joker movie, maybe you should check and see if there's any videos coming out later today on this channel. I'm not saying I made a video about it that's coming out today, but I'm also not saying that's not the case. I'll tell you, Term. I made a trailer breakdown for the official Joker trailer released this weekend, so that'll come out later today. So that'll be very fun to watch, hopefully. No, I'm so fucking excited, and it's completely on topic. It's in the DC universe, so that's thrilling. Also, not to get too off topic, but the logo, the new DC logo that they worked on, James Gunn had this awesome video about how it's super important to have like the logo representing what they're talking about, what they're doing. Anyways, I just think that's a really cool, interesting thing that I'm excited for. So, I'm excited for James Gunn. I think this being a mini series is super cool and exciting and thrilling and joyous. Yeah, I think that's super thrilling, cool, exciting, and joyous. Because I don't like it when they leave the door open for so much all the time. It kind of leaves a lot of questions, and I love knowing that I'm going to have a story that's going to be over in 6 episodes. Also knowing that it is directly a part of this new Batman verse or whatever, is super helpful. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I like it. I also really like this thread that we're having of series being integral parts of universe stories now. I know a lot of people don't like that. I do like it because it means that we get to deep dive in on an important part in a way that we would not get nearly a quarter of that information in a movie. So no, I love that shit. Okay, we're gonna go ahead. Do you guys care about Rings of Power? We also got a new clip/trailer there. We also got a teaser trailer for the Like a Dragon Yakuza TV show, which I actually think will be interesting. That's dropping pretty soon, actually. Also, Creature Commandos, the new animated series of like the monsters from the DC verse. With awesome people, you got like Viola Davis, Frank Grillo, Sean Gunn, David Harbour, and Alan Tudyk. I actually kind of want to watch this trailer, so let's watch that. And we can see this new logo right here, too. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty similar to the old logo, but, I mean, what it is it's just nice that it goes back to the stamps on the comic books, and really captures that essence that I like a lot. So, anyways, here we go. Creature Commandos trailer. Official teaser. And this drops this fall, too.
General Flag. This is Belle Reve. For over 50 years, only those at the uppermost levels are aware of its existence.
I thought Congress put a stop to all Task Force X activities.
Congress said you can't use human prisoners. These assholes aren't human.
You smiling?
Yes.
Sarcastically?
Mm-hmm.
He's pissing!
Okay, Weasel coming back.
This is your new task force.
It's been oh so long since G.I. Robot has sent Nazis back to hell.
Let's call it Task Force M. M for Monster.
Great
also
name.
known as...
Creature Commandos. December. Okay, I was wrong. Not the fall. Okay, here's the deal with this, guys. I'm thrilled. That actually got me super excited. So what I haven't seen is the Harley Quinn series, which I've heard is like the most like crazy thing that I haven't watched, or rather the most treasonous thing I haven't watched, which I've heard is actually brilliant. Tim Braun, friend of the channel, I love saying that, friend of the channel, my old screenwriting professor, has talked about how it's just like brilliantly written, and fun and joyous, and does really great justice. I've always loved DC animated stuff, especially the old DC animated Batman movies, like The Killing Joke, the actual movie of that, fucking brilliant. And then what is that, Under the Red Hood, love that one too. So all the old like Batman and Batman the Animated Series is incredible. I love that we're kind of leaning back into that. Plus, Creature Commandos brings me to something I'm really, really excited about, which is seemingly the like, so we can talk about like the like 100-year itch, right? It's finally coming back into popularity, these universal monsters in these old classic monster movies. What's really cool and interesting, if you guys don't know, I'm a huge theme park head. We talked about roller coasters and themed lands being my Roman Empire on our summer extravaganza stream, which is completely true. And it just makes me think and talk about Epic Universe is Universal Studios' new theme park in Orlando, Florida. And they're going to have a bunch of different gates: How to Train Your Dragon, Ministry of Magic, Super Nintendo World, their like main center gate, but most excitedly, Dark Universe, which is a theme park land dedicated completely to the Universal monsters and these classic monster movies. So seeing Nosferatu coming out this fall, which is like a complete homage to monster movies, seeing this and the like style of this, the animation that we're getting these old classic monster characters, really exciting to me. I love it. I love it so much. And I'm not like the hugest, I know a lot of people who are like dedicated old horror fans. That's not necessarily where I fall. I really respect and I appreciate the art that was happening back then. And I love the aesthetic, and I like that we're finally bringing fresh air to something, and not in a way of like we're just rebooting old things, but we're just taking these concepts, which they were more of at the time, right? They were first books, and then our first horror movies and such like that, or creature flicks. So no, I'm super excited for this. This looks exciting to me. This looks like a thing that I would just eat up watching. We also got announced our new Doctor Who spinoff. I know nothing about that, but I know it's about the Sea Devils. That's all I know. I don't really know a lot about Doctor Who, so I'm not the person to ask on that. But yeah, also, let's go ahead and let's watch this little teaser trailer here, okay? Peacock's new horror series, Teacup. James Wan, who you guys know from The Conjuring, and everything else based on The Conjuring. It's based on a book called Stinger, and it's like a drama horror thing premiering this fall in August. And this actually dropped Thursday on my birthday. Let's go ahead, and this is just a quick teaser, but I do want to show you because I find it interesting. Okay. Sorry for the absolute low res. So, based off of that, I know basically nothing about this. That told me pretty much nothing that was happening. Yeah, that told me basically nothing. I don't know if I have enough stake in James Wan or Ian McCullough to watch this. Especially Peacock original series have not really ever done anything to excite me. Will I watch this? I don't know. Give me an official trailer and then we'll talk. Also, I wanted to say, other thing, Has Been Hotel seasons 3 and 4 were greenlit, even though season 2 has not come out yet. That is true. Yeah, so that's some of the crazy stuff. In terms of that, let me just check it out. Okay, let me check out. We got Transformers 1 trailer this weekend. New Interview with a Vampire. Obviously, we already looked at that. Superman and Lois. We got a final season sneak peek there. That's for Louie, not me. I don't know a lot about that. And real quick, I would really. We also got a Batman Cave Crusader sneak peek. Solar Opposite season 5. Lord of the Rings of Power. But what I really, more than anything in the world, would like to watch is... it's so loud. The Boys blooper reel. So give me just 1 second. I'm going to try to not mute you guys completely. I think that's so loud right now. Let's go!
We're rolling.
Okay. Just trying not to actually blast you guys into oblivion with them. Okay. Are you ready for the Boys blooper reel? This is what I'm most excited about. Okay, let's see.
This is all on camera and on the blooper reel. Bye.
It's nice to see them smiling and having fun.
Although Ryan could spew goo. Fuck, man. Ryan could spook you.
What the fuck are you doing here? Are you going away?
He ain't ready because of some stuff.
Would that little boy have been born circumcised? Or is that something that happened?
Just another day at the office. Just another...
All of that?
It's nice to see them smiling and having fun, really seeing how traumatic their characters.
I always do.
Why is everybody looking at me?
Because it's your department.
The selection committee
I'll tell her to take off her belt and fuck him up.
Or
Call me. Have your goons downstairs. Here they are, the newest members of the Seven. Fuck, I forgot your name. I forgot my better than forgetting my son.
Crazy to hear I'm not in an American accent, by the way.
Fuck's sake,
We're geniuses too. What is that? You love it?
It's my own urine. It's...
We'll all be digging into that later.
We all know you won't.
Bitch. Actually, I think it's a good idea too, bitch.
We killed Cameron Crowe. Cameron Crowe.
Really?
We killed Cameron Crowe.
You ruined my garden.
He's gonna destroy the whole company. Company? Should never have got up today.
they won't cry.
Oh, yeah. It's so beautiful. One of the nicest things you've ever said to me, honey. Oh, got so wild. Good talk.
I just love seeing people smiling and laughing and fun and joyous. That just makes me so happy. And I love to see it. That makes me joyed. That makes me joyed. What can I say? It makes me joyous. Anyways, guys, it's been an absolute blast and a half hanging out. But you know what? I gotta go get to work on some other content. And by that I mean I gotta go see Deadpool and Wolverine. So I'm gonna peace out of here. Peace and love. And thanks for hanging out, Term.